MOBA is a subgenre of strategy video game where every mechanic has counterplay. This principle works for most MOBAs, but not League of Legends. We got invisibility that has no counterplay outside of drafts, but it's not that bad. We got knock-up that has no counterplay at all. Like, you can pick Lee Sin into an invisible champion, but there is zero counterplay to knock-up. No, none. In the MOBA game, by the way. And we got shields. There is only one item that counters shields. Okay, which class can use this item? Supports? Mages? No, assassins. The only anti-shield item in the league is Serpent's Fang, and it's designed for assassins. Class that focuses on one-shotting single targets and just dealing damage have an utility item? Rito, where is logic? Assassins just want to jump into an ADC, they don't wanna provide utility for the team? This explains why Serpent's Fang is so unpopular and has pick rate of just 8%. This item would be okay if every class had an anti-shield item, but only assassins have one. Not supports, not mages, but assassins. If Serpent's Fang was a support item, it would solve so many problems. The purpose of supports is to provide utility for the team, and that's kinda what Serpent's Fang does. If it was a support item, there would be more counterplay to team comps with a lot of shields. Xante and other shielder tanks wouldn't be that much of a problem. I still remember playing against Xante with Janna support and Seraphine ADC, that infinite shielding. It would be even better if Riot made an anti-shield item for all classes. If there was an anti-shield item for all champions, League would be a lot better cause you would have a counterplay to shields outside of draft. And I think that all mechanics should have some sort of counterplay outside of drafts. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a low elo League player. By the way, subscribe to my channel so I don't have to go and work on the construction site or McDonald's. League of Legends itemization makes no sense. For one mechanic, there are counter items for every class. Like, everyone can buy an anti-heal item, but for some reason only assassins have an anti-shield item. Okay, this part of the video are just my thoughts and what I would do if I was a Riot Games designer. It's no more than just a fun-made mechanics and I'm wrong, blah blah blah. As I said, I would make an anti-shield item for all classes, so everyone is able to counter shields. But if I just copy-pasted Serpent's Fang passive to all anti-shield items, it would be too much, and now champions with shields would be too weak. Instead, I'd make a new passive. Let's call it Shield Breaker, SB. That's how it works. When you deal damage to a target, you apply Shield Breaker debuff. For 5 seconds that reduces shields by 40%. But how is it different to Serpent's Fang? Here's the catch. It would have a cooldown of 5 seconds for each target. So you apply SB to a champion for 5 seconds, it goes on cooldown for 5 seconds. When debuff ends, your SB is off cooldown, so you can reapply it and maintain the SB on the target. But what's the point of that? The point is, Serpent's Fang has no cooldown and you can't get rid of its debuff as long as you take damage. But with my version of anti-shield items, you can use cleanse or QSS to remove the shield breaker debuff and get the full value of the shield. I know that it's not the best way to spend cleanse or QSS, but at least you have some sort of counterplay to this item. I have another idea, which I won't explain in depth. I would add a debuff remover, so when you play as a champion with a lot of shields, it's not over for you when the enemy buys shield breaker. Cause you can buy debuff remover and use it to remove the SB debuff to get the full shield. These interactions are too complicated and Riot will never add something like this to League. But they can transform Serpent's Fang into a support item and it's not that hard. Just change the stats to health and mana regen or something. But you know Riot will never do it because they don't give a